Hey everyone, it's Juan here, president of Sage Real Estate, and today we are on scene of one of the newest buildings that we just helped our investor buy. It's a 10-unit building in the city of Long Beach. This is the type of property where some people want to buy a fixer property or they want to buy a property that's distressed. Well, I'm going to take you guys behind the scenes. 6 of the units are vacant. Some of them smell so bad that even this little mask is not going to help me much. But I want to show you some of the reasons why an investor would want to buy this type of property. I also want to tell you, when you're an owner and you maybe inherited a property like this where it's a hoarder situation, lots of repairs, dead rats inside. I mean, cats have been living in one of the front units. You may not always want to go down the traditional route of selling your property, the traditional way of signing with a real estate broker and putting it on the listing service. Sometimes what you need is a experienced investor, a quick cash offer, and a quick closing. So let's go take a look. Now, we're inside of one of the first units. The property was delivered vacant, meaning it doesn't have a tenant, which is a really big bonus in Southern California or in all of California when we get vacant units. Now, because it was a distressed situation, part of the agreement with our client was that they needed to buy it as is. So no repairs, they're gonna leave all their junk behind, and we're gonna take a look. You could see from here that cats were allowed to just urinate throughout the property. I've walked inside of a lot of difficult, gross properties. This is one of the worst ones I've ever been in. It's really hard to even breathe in here. I hope you could hear me with my mask on. It's just really, really bad. There's dead rats inside of here. Again, I don't know how people live like this, but this just gives you an example of some of the projects we work on. I'm going to show you the bathroom. If you could just get an example of what this is. So you could see that they weren't cleaning up after their pets. You could look at the toilet. We have the bedroom back here, but you guys get the idea. It's not a great situation. But what I'm trying to show you is that obviously not all properties are like this, but sometimes sellers in a situation where they need a cash offer, a quick sale, they don't want to put it on the market, they don't want to deal with the tenants and all the looky-loos and all the investors. This was a property that we were able to negotiate on behalf of our client, get them to buy it as is, not have them fix anything. And in this situation, it was a win-win for both buyer and seller. So if you're in a situation where maybe you have a property like this, feel free to reach out to us, as we definitely could have an investor that could take this property off your hands. And in some instances, that's the best case. Okay, well, that unit was the first one. It was literally unbearable, but let's go take a look at some of the others. Okay, so now we're gonna be in the hallway. Again, this is a 10-unit building. A lot of the units, 6 of the units were delivered vacant, which was a little bit of an incentive for our client. There's just really bad stench that comes out of the units. We're gonna walk inside of this one. This is what I call, it's a little bit of a, well, it's definitely what I call a hoarder situation. And then we're just gonna kind of walk you through and see how people sometimes when we're looking for a distressed property or a fix and flip, this is how you're gonna sometimes get the property. There's not a whole lot you could do about it. In fact, well, we kind of knew this was gonna be the case. I know, it's smelly, and there's evidence of rats inside of all these units. We're gonna show you guys the kitchen right now. In the kitchen, you see that they, for some reason, opened up the wall. Looks like they did some kind of plumbing fix, but they failed to cover it up. And so our client definitely is gonna have their hands full. They were aware of the condition once we got into it. They know that the property needs a lot of work, but our part 2 of this video will be the finished product. Right now, we want to show you the property in its raw form. Oftentimes people think that what we do for a living is very luxurious. This kind of gives you an idea of some of the things we see on a daily basis. I'm gonna have you follow me back here. We'll have to tippy-toe around the stuff that they left behind. Looks like someone was using this as an office, and I don't know how they could breathe in here. It's not, it doesn't even seem like it's safe. So I'm gonna put my mask back on as we walk through the, exit this unit and go back to the hallway. All right, let's go check some of the units upstairs. This specific unit doesn't even have a door. You could see that I think one of the tenants tore the door off, so we're gonna go up there and take a look. This one smells just as bad as the others. Now, the one good thing about what I'm seeing, although there's lots of trash, lots of personal belongings, it's all been left behind in the situation. You know, 2 to 3 good days of some contractors, a large trash bin outside, and this place starts getting cleaned up. The extent of repairs is still a little bit unknown. Will we need to upgrade the electrical, the plumbing? Do we need to go down to the studs? We're not 100% certain. What it really needs is a really good cleaning. I'm gonna walk you through the kitchen right now. Yeah, that's a dead mouse there, a little carcass of a dead mouse. There's several in this specific unit that I've seen. And man, it's just really, really tough to breathe in here. We're gonna have to go outside for some fresh air. So, also here you could see that this unit, they must have had some type of repair. They failed to put the drywall back up. And so these are all things that we're gonna cure, and we're gonna convert this property from its nasty state of that it's in right now and really make it much, much better. We're going to squeeze through here into one more unit. This will be the last one we see today. And, you know, it just goes from bad to worse. They don't get any better. So this gives us an example of sometimes when people are in the process of wanting to build wealth, there's different ways to do it. And certainly buying someone's, we call this a don't wanter. Clearly someone didn't want this property and they really let it go. And now luckily we were able to have a buyer come in and take it off their hands. We helped negotiate a really good price and terms for both parties. And you're gonna love the transformation that we do and essentially take what, you know, this type of property, it would be a very slumlord situation, but our buyer is going to make this 100 times better, and it's really going to make this housing stock in Long Beach much, much better. Yeah, I think there's signs that we've had homeless living up here, so we're going to have to make sure to secure it. We just closed the escrow. We do have a property manager, a contractor that's going to be getting started. But before we did the work, I wanted to bring you, our fans, our loyal fans, just a little behind the scenes on some of the stuff that we do, showing you guys a fixer-upper. So if you're an investor thinking, man, this is the type of project I want to get into, I would say this one is so big that I would encourage people to have experience or partner up with someone that does. This type of property, in order to buy this type of opportunity, we have to move fast. You need to have cash or a hard money loan. Now, if you're a seller and maybe you've inherited or someone has left you a property and it's just in rough shape, there's problematic tenants, maybe what you need is a cash offer from us today. So feel free to reach out.